Hello, in this video I'm gonna tell you whether you should buy an ultra thin or a heavy duty case for your iPhone 17 Pro. So this video is gonna be more than a minute because it's not really something that has just one right answer. There may be multiple answers, and it just depends on a person. Depends on how much you care about your phone and how afraid are you of getting it broken. Of course, the phones are getting stronger and stronger, but it's still aluminum. It is aluminum this year because it used to be titanium or stainless steel in like previous iPhones, but now it is aluminum with ceramic shield glass on the back and on the front, which makes it more durable. But it's still up to you whether you'd like to protect it even more or not. And I'm that kind of person that doesn't really wear a case at all, and if I do, I prefer it thin so I just don't see the case. I don't remember that it's there. I just don't care about my phone falling down that much. But I also belong to those people that don't drop the phone often, so I'm just being really careful. And I haven't dropped the phone for like several years. So for me personally, a thin case would be perfect. But I know that there are people that do drop their phones or just want that extra protection, so later on, first of all, you are sure that nothing happens to your phone and you don't need to pay for any repairs or get a new phone. It gives you that, it makes you sure that your phone will be fine and it's okay. There are also people that want to sell their phone later, and protecting it as much as you can will of course raise the price of the phone later. It also may be better for a trade-in if you want to buy another one, trading in your current one. Then it's also, they do judge the phone's visuals, if it has any scratches, any indents, whatever. So protecting it will make you have your phone for longer and be able to sell it for more. Now I'll show you some examples of different cases and I'll tell you what's good about them and what's not. So the first one is gonna be a thin one with, I'd say, minimal protection. It's just like protecting against scratches mostly and not really against a fall. But you'll see it. So this is the first one. It is a very simple case. By the way, all the cases that I'll show you here are in the description down below. So feel free to purchase them from the links. Now, this one is something perfect for me. It's just very simple. When I put it on my phone, it's almost, maybe not invisible, but unnoticeable. You can see it's very simple. It doesn't cover up my camera bump area here, around the cameras, around the flashlight, the microphone and the LiDAR sensor. I'll show you other cases in a moment. Now, also, it doesn't cover the camera control button, and it can work covered. Even though it has a touch capacitive, it is touch capacitive, so when I click on it, I can gently press now and slide, for example. You can see it works. And if I were to cover it with a case that has those touch capacities here, it'll still work. You'll also see that in a moment. But that is a case for me. It also doesn't go much above the screen here, which means if I lay my phone like this, it's not that well protected, and if it falls like on the screen, it's not that well protected, so it's also something worth minding. Now it's time for a similar case, but this time a little more protective because it's gonna cover up our camera area. So this is the case. You can see it covers up our camera area. It's still plastic and really thin. It's similarly thin to the previous one. It's in a slightly different color, but we're not speaking about colors right now. There are also, like, remember that for many of those cases that I'm showing you today, there are different versions available, so you can just check that out, and if you don't like the color that you see here, maybe there's a different one available. So yeah, this is also a very thin case, but as for me, it is just perfectly thin. And you can see when I put it on, it sort of looks like it melts with my phone because it covers all the area here and gives me protection on my lenses because these edges go above the camera lens, so that is great. And yeah, it also has a cutout here for the camera control button, and besides that, it is a really good one. Now let's move on to some cases that are a little more heavy duty, not the heaviest one, not the heaviest ones, but let's see them. Or maybe before that, let's see a very durable but yet the thinnest one, which is gonna be this one. And yeah, it does not cover the camera area, although the edge is quite thick here and metal. So that gives you a little more protection. On the sides, all the buttons are uncovered. You may not like that, but there is also a different version, a similar version to this case, with TPU on the sides, so it covers your buttons, right? It also covers the camera control. I'll be getting to camera control later, because, you know, it's glass on your iPhone, so it may shatter. But now let's speak about this case. It is super thin. It's, well, like one of the thinnest cases I've ever seen. You can see it's super thin. And it is made of Kevlar's fiber, which means it's not as tough as carbon fiber, but more temperature resistant and more drop resistant. It's also a pretty expensive one, by the way, but if you like something thin but something super durable, then maybe that one is gonna be for you. I'll show you that. Also, all the cases that I've shown you support MagSafe, so that's also great. And this is how the case presents. I think it's really good looking, and it's just super thin. From the front, you almost don't see the case at all, and in some other scenarios for the other cases, you'll see it, and I'll show you the example now. And this is the case that is way more visible. It is way more visible, but since these borders are thick enough, it can withstand most of the drops because it's just thick enough, right? So that is really great. It looks also great from the back, I think. It has like this transparent part, translucent, not transparent, and it comes either in this version without MagSafe, or there is also a version with MagSafe, so it's up to you. And for this brand, there's generally so many options. It's Taurus, and they do have also a case like this one. It is also very similar, but it has a stand here, a flippable L stand, so you can flip it and put your phone like this, or even like this, to watch some TikToks or YouTube videos. And also it comes in a different configuration with this MagSafe being a flippable O-ring. So you can flip it and you can even rotate it and adjust the angle however you want. So this is about these cases, and the cases have covered camera control button. You can see it is covered. On the black version it is black, on the orange for some reason it's white. I don't know why, but it is there. And I can still click on it. It works. I can gently press and it works, and I can slide because it is still touch capacitive even though it's covered. So that is really great, and I would highly recommend those. But if you want even more protection, for example around your camera area, then you may want to check out Spigen cases. There are different ones, and Spigen is a brand that is really trusted, and many people say that those cases are super durable. And I'll show you a few. They are going to be pretty similar. They all have the camera control button here, not a cutout, an actual part here that works. They do have the camera part covered, so that's also great. This one is pretty fun because it has the imitation of the wireless charging in here. I think it looks really good. And also around the corners there is an air cushion, which is just more protective than a typical flat TPU. It's just in here, and it gives you more protection. So that's great. And also it is hard plastic here on the back, and this is the first version that I have. Of course there's lots of different versions available, but this is the first one. The second one is just like fully transparent plastic here and black borders. It's also completely similar. And also I have a version with half transparent plastic, also hard, and with MagSafe. So yeah, they are very similar, and also all of them do have the air cushion technology. You can see there is the air cushion. Yeah, it is there. It's not really visible, but it's there. And yeah, so these are the cases from Spigen. And now I think the last one, I think it's the most protective one that I want to show you is this one. It's from ESR, and it also comes in different configurations. It's this one or this one, for example, but it has a very thick border around your camera, so it really covers it. And also what's great is that it doesn't have any holes near the buttons here, because some cases do have holes. As you can see on this one, there are holes, and if you have a lot of dust in your pockets, sand or whatever, then you don't want it to get in between because it may scratch the phone. So having that is great. It has the hand strap holes, but I think that shouldn't be that big of a problem. It's very well sealed on the other places, and when I put it on, it not only looks really good, it's also very nice to touch. I need to mention that, even though it's not the topic of the video. It's the nicest case I've ever had when it comes to touching it. It is very well protective, you can see. I believe that there may be also some air cushions, but it's not really that disclosed on the case, although it has a military grade protection. And And what's great is it's fun because it has a stand here. It's a flippable one. You can flip it like that and watch some YouTube videos in that or that orientation. And I think that's really great. And these are all the cases that I wanted to show you. I hope that this video was helpful. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.